Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, just before we begin, everybody, preliminary voting is happening right now. You have to go to the YouTube page on the post section. It used to be called frickin' Community, but they changed it. Yes. Yeah, I don't know why. But anyways, go to the post right now. You got like 2 days left at the time of recording. There's a bunch of things. People are making suggestions for what will be voted on next week. And there's some things that are pretty high up right now, but you never know. Last time, the real voting came down to like The Wire on something. We were like one vote off for changing what we were going to watch, but we ended up watching Re:Zero. So if you want to suggest something, put it on there. The top one's going to get picked onto the list. But with that, that's it. That's all we got to say about it. Now we got Apothecary Diaries. Yes.
Yeah, you got a couple days left. It's almost over. So
that's right.
Get in there, suggest something.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, so Apothecary Diaries, George, I feel like I say this every week, but I will genuinely just keep saying this until I get what I freaking want, Apothecary Diaries, which is...
Lacan?
Not that. No, I do want that.
Right.
I mean more broadly from a meta perspective. I want more of a serialization. I know that they're dropping serialization breadcrumbs for sure, but I want less episodic and more of a, things that connect between episodes. Because right now we have very little connection. I'm not a fan of episodic shows. I'm enjoying the show for now, but I'm going to get to a point. The episodic's not going to do it for me anymore. The cute girls can only go so far. So,
sure. Yeah. No, I can sympathize with that. If I have to choose between one or the other, I think I like serialization as well. The mysteries have been fun though, so that's a good thing. They've been fun to solve each little episode. So yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say Lacan though. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
I do want to see Lacan and his wife, or hopefully wife now. I'm sure wife now, but yeah.
At this point, I kind of don't want to see Lacan because I feel like when we do see him, it's gonna be because she died.
Or it's just going to be something freaking awful. Yeah, I agree at this point. If he shows up, I know this is where the drama is going to start coming in. And I'm just like, no, frick. If it was at the start, it'd be like, okay, we're checking in. We're just seeing how they're doing and everything's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to see, I don't want any Lacan sadness. We've already had well enough of that already. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen this time though? Any predictions?
Oh, man,
we were mispronouncing her name. Someone in the comments told us, and I already forgot whatever her name was. But it wasn't. It was Sure, I think.
Sure?
Is that what it is?
Suye?
I forget.
That's
yeah,
possible.
I don't remember what we were saying. Yeah,
we'll just call her Susu.
Do you think she's gonna make an appearance anytime soon?
No. See, this is the problem with episodic stuff, right? Like, how can we predict? Like, we couldn't have predicted, you know what, there's going to be, like, a building, and it's going to have, like, a selection thing with, like, a puzzle, and, you have to be colorblind, and blah, blah. It's like, how could anyone have predicted that? It's impossible. It's literally impossible. So, I don't know. With episodic stuff, if we're still going episodic, I don't know. It could be freaking it. We could be talking about dogs and freaking the economy of dogs and sniffing, all sorts of things.
Yes.
But like, who knows? If we get a serialized thing that seems like it's going to lead into something, then you can ask me that again next week. But you can't ask me this week. Who knows?
Good. Okay. All right. Well, then there's only one way to find out what awaits us.
That's right.
That's forward.
All right, let's do it. Sinister already, though.
Person's shadow? Oh, it is a shadow. Oh, this is
No.
Wait.
No.
The Empress Dowager. Ah, that was the mom. Jinshi's mom, no?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. She's a lightweight, dude.
Yeah, right? She's like, that sounds great. Yeah, exactly. She's like, Maomao, are you okay? Oh my gosh.
She went and requested it. Oh my gosh, dude.
She clean everything up?
Oh yeah, this looks pretty good actually.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I guess
she's
she can make medicine and not be caught as easily. Well, that wasn't even an insect.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's the other girl.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
her. They're confusing her with Maomao.
Oh.
Oh. They know it's Jinshi's?
Oh
Bro.
my gosh, this scent?
These
They know his freaking scent.
these girls are obsessed, dude.
I knew she was gonna be more important later.
Yeah.
Dang. I really smudged right on her finger, wow.
Yeah. It's her. She's chasing insects.
I mean, to be fair, Maomao.
Okay, so I'm only saying this. It's really far-fetched, and I'm like,
I know what you're
if I were to bet,
say.
yeah, I'd
Go
bet
ahead.
against myself. But the Lacan twist makes me think, no, you can't trust anyone at this point, or not anyone, but like nothing the show gives you as at face value. They show her as so like innocent and kind of goofy with the insect collecting stuff. She'd be the perfect candidate for being a sinister like double agent or something.
100%, especially because they were like, oh, that person's still here somewhere in the rear palace, and then she pops out, and it's just like, okay. But
Yep.
what if she's doing it without knowing that she's doing it? What if she like gave information to someone, not realizing the ramifications it was going to have?
That's possible. Sure.
Right?
Yeah, she could just be like a pawn in a greater scheme. Sure. Yeah,
Right.
but yeah,
It's sus for
it's
sure.
just yeah, and then like they say all this, and immediately she shows up. So
Yep.
I'm just saying, I do think it's a little bit far fetched right now, but she is now currently on my list of suspects. She's down at the bottom, but she
Right.
has made the list.
right.
Not that it's very big. It's really only her and Sure, or however you mentioned her name. So
Right,
just two
right.
people currently, but we'll see how much it grows.
She's cute as frick, though.
What is it? A fly or a cricket?
It's cricket, I think.
She squished it. Yeah, she just crushed it on her head.
You know what, Maomao? It's about time you like get a taste, okay, of what it's like dealing with you.
When she
okay?
goes crazy about
exactly
the poisons, yeah.
She's getting a freaking taste. I hope she realizes
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's the emissaries or whatever. Oh no.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah, okay.
昨年の園遊会で見かけたけど本当に若いな。衆生の母親とは思えない。なんで隠れるの？マオマオこそ。条件反射というか。
Oh my gosh.
診療所に行くのかな？診療所？うん。女官たちがやってる非公式の診療所なんだけど。それは知ってる。あれ、皇太后様が作ったんだって。
Oh, interesting. He's the founder of that place. Hmm. Her demeanor really changed talking about her.
Yeah, right?
Huh. I thought it was the emperor who banned the eunuchs.
マオマオもあんまり道草食ってると怒られるんじゃない？そう。
So she was going to a clinic. I thought it was really fucking interesting that she knows this information specifically about the clinic. right? Like
That it was the Empress who founded
yeah, like
it?
why would she know the history about the clinic here? Like unless she has some understanding of like clinical things, right? Like it just seems like a weird piece of
Yeah.
information for her to just like know, and like even not even frickin' Maomao knew that.
I wonder how like commonplace that information is though. Like, yeah.
And if this
Like
person has,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
if this person has like I don't know, she had like fondness for her. Now we're
Yeah.
looking for it everywhere, but I'm thinking like if she has fondness for her, what actions would that cause her to move on? Right?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
exactly obvious what that would be, but like, you know, she's got knowledge of this. She has knowledge of her past deeds. She seems to have affection towards her. Okay, so then there's motive, I guess, in a sense, but for what reason, right? Did
Yeah.
you make those moves, if that's the case. But maybe we're barking up the freaking wrong tree here.
Could be. Yeah, like I'm just thinking like, okay, imagine, I don't know, 15 years from now, how many people would know that it was Jinshi who started the school, right? Like
Right.
some people who've been here for a while probably would know, but then other people is just like, oh, like this has just been here since I started.
Sure.
It's like
Yeah.
a thing. So that's kind
Yeah.
of how I feel about the clinic, right? Like some people probably know, and it's like, oh yeah, like it was her who did it, but then new people maybe just don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, it's possible. Hard to say.
Oh, is the Empress Dowager gonna come here?
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
A girl worth training.
Oh,
Who's
Suiren.
Surien?
Oh yeah,
is
so I was fricking that up. That was my fault. I thought it was Sui.
Oh, that's the girl. Yeah. That's the girl.
But it's Sui Ren. Yeah,
Oh.
interesting. Huh. So she had ties to her.
Wait, but does Jinshi not know? Now I don't know what the public knows about her, about Surien, like that she was behind a lot of this stuff. Is it only Maomao that knows then?
Yeah, they didn't publicize what was going on with her. I don't think she just disappeared.
Okay.
Right. I'm pretty sure they
Okay.
never publicized it. I don't know if they said that specifically, but I think they might have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep watching and see.
なるほど。あの食えない次女と交代号は窮地の中だった。
Oh no, her. That's her.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, okay.
We're thinking of the
Right.
mastermind.
Oh boy.
Oh, she really can take a hint.
What?
さあ、そこにおかけなさい。はい。
Uh-oh.
What do they want to talk about?
いろいろな問題ごとを解
Oh.
決しているそうね。
Wow. She has built quite the reputation. Doesn't surprise me.
それでもいいわ。
Oh, the tension in this scene.
わか
What?
る範囲でいいの。調べてもらいたいのよ。
Oh.
私は
Did I lose
What,
my
Jinshi?
child?
先の帝に呪いをかけたの。
Oh, frick. What?
That was not the direction I was expecting it to
Yeah,
go.
whoa, that's curveball. What the heck? A curse on the late
Curse.
emperor.
グテバカ殿女帝の傀儡。
Wow,
高
puppet
級
of the
内で一番
Empress.
有名なのはロリコンだとか。
Jeez.
政略結婚や借金の方に幼い妻をめとることはある。しかし、選定は妙齢の女官が
Wow, dude. That is messed up, man.
手を出して皇太后様の腹には傷がある。
Oh.
出産される際、まだ体が育ちきっていなかった皇太后様
Had to do a C-section?
しかなかったのだ。
Oh,
そ
bro.
して服装が派手なこと以外不思議なほど噂が回ってこない。マオマオ
We don't know much about her, so I don't know if she'd pick a fight like that.
ほい。
Yeah. She's really not like appeared much at all.
Yeah.
言えないことでしょうから。ただし、
Oh.
玉葉様を裏切るような真似はしないでちょうだいね。
Wow.
本ニャン様を敵に回したくはありません。
Dang, dude, the intense court politics here. Like,
yeah.
She doesn't even trust the Empress Dowager not to do something underhanded to like betray Lady Gyokuyo. Like, what the heck, dude?
That's crazy.
Yeah. I would also like to maintain a good relationship with you, like, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
like,
she doesn't even trust Maomao or her. Like, it's a double whammy. Like, really?
Yeah,
Both
dude.
of them? Wow.
That's crazy.
そうですね。本にゃん様。やはり玉葉様の事情が知って
Yeah.
た
I mean, it's good, though, for Lady Gyokuyo to
Yep.
have such a
Of
trustworthy
course.
and loyal head lady, right?
その気配はないが、塵一つないほど掃除は行き届く。
Oh, wow. Oh, they keep it clean? I wonder if they did that just recently or if it's always clean like this.
この部屋は
Was this the old Emperor's office or something? Oh. There was a little, like, gold thing that the Emperor was holding.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I want to make sure I understood everything that happened there. So, there was an old, low-ranking concubine who lived here.
Right.
And it was also the place where the old Emperor was raised and where he
Right.
died.
Right. Believe so, yeah.
Such a, like, weird mix of things. Like a, Anyways, let's keep going. We can talk about it later.
私が呪ったの。いなくなればいいと。ずっとずっと。
True, she didn't like him when he was
Oh.
approaching Jinshi.
先手を埋葬するためご遺体をご覧になったのですがご遺体は亡くなられた時とほぼ同じ姿で残っていた
What the heck?
それで安氏様はご自身が先手に呪いを
So he wasn't dead?
はい
生まれた立場が違ってもそれだけは平等なのだ
Death, the
True.
great
正
equalizer.
直あの胸は取り壊されますそれまでに調べてもらいたいのです
Hmm.
わかりました
Okay, that's why she suddenly made an appearance.
一つお願いがあります
お願い
Ah, they're not
on.
gonna let us hear it. Come
Come
on.
on. Come the frick
Dang.
on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that it can't be anything else, right? Like if let's say there's two things that come to mind. There was a special property or something in the air, something that he was preserved exceptionally well. Now, I think that's plausible, but unlikely. Like a year is a long time and there's no clear
Yeah.
signs of any kind of preservation. So, and they said specifically that he was like exactly how he was when he died. So like he must still be alive. He must have been fake. He must have faked his death or something for some reason.
Yeah, so you think, and like I agree with you, like seemed like he died, they put him in the casket, he got out and was
Right.
out,
Right.
and then he came back in right when they were gonna bury him.
Right.
But then that would imply he was buried alive.
I mean, not necessarily.
Unless he got out
It's-
again. Right?
Yeah, unless he got out, right?
And last season, what was that like drug that
yes, that's exactly what I
what's her
thought
face
of.
took?
Yes.
Yeah, it makes you look like you're dead, but you're actually not dead.
Right, right. So what if, like, at some point that happened? They confirmed, oh, he's dead. They put him in there. Then he gets out. No one checks it for a freaking year, but he knows they're gonna check it eventually. Maybe I don't know if that's like ritualistic.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
they
I
go
don't
and
think
check
I
it.
don't think he did it willingly. Most likely they drugged him, took him out.
No, see that doesn't make sense because if he didn't do it willingly, then like why would he go along with the fact that he's dead after that if he didn't go along with it?
Oh, they drugged him again. They drugged him again and put him back in
But
there.
what about that year where he was not dead? What's he been up to? He's just been fucking chilling out?
Yeah, like the motive. We lack a motive, right? So it's hard to say.
Yeah, like what reason would he have to fake his death because he feels like a level of responsibility for what he's done? So he feels like, oh well, I've got to, look the part that I freaking, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely think that he faked his death. Maybe he was dead then, like when they checked him, he had actually died, right?
He just recently died, yeah.
And he had actually recently died, yeah. But the fact that he didn't have any decay whatsoever leads me to believe that it's an absolute fucking ruse. No way he freaking died.
Yeah, he didn't die. Yeah, preserving a body for that long.
Yeah, no way.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah,
no way.
Yeah, so he had to still be alive for sure.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only question was did he do all this of his own volition, or did somebody force him to do it somehow?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you say that he felt guilty. What are you saying he felt guilty of?
I'm not 100% sure. I just feel like that could be something. Didn't they say he loved his wife so much that he followed after her? Right? That was
the
or was it the
old
opposite?
Empress Dowager died after he died. So I think it was his mom. But he was old. How would she still be alive? Unless she also had him very young, and maybe she was just 13 years older than him. That's possible.
Yeah. What is the fucking connecting thread here? Why would he fake his death? To get away from her?
So we know somebody's trying to kill Jinshi, right? And we also know, but they're not trying to kill, does somebody somehow want the current emperor in power for one reason or another? Maybe the emperor doesn't even know himself why. But the people that try to kill Jinshi, do you think they try to kill him because they thought he was the emperor's brother, or because they know what was the motive behind trying to kill Jinshi?
I don't think we could possibly come up with a answer to that, right? It's impossible to say. Because we don't know, we don't have any clue of who they are and what information they have to come to a conclusion, right?
Because if they know it's his son, maybe they're trying to kill the emperor after they kill Jinshi. Well, I actually no, this doesn't make sense. I was thinking they're trying to get Jinshi out of the way so then they can kill the emperor, so that whatever the new son is guaranteed to be the emperor. But
right.
It doesn't matter whether he's his son or his brother, right? If the emperor currently dies without a male heir, it goes to Jinshi. So that motivation doesn't matter.
Right. You'd have to
guess they
Jinshi
could just try
first. Because so maybe then you would have to kill, in that logic, you'd have to kill Jinshi first if you knew that Jinshi was the emperor's son. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because then you would kill the emperor first.
But the only thing I'm thinking is somehow they're trying to lead both these killings or whatever, are trying to lead to the current emperor getting into power, but it falls apart so quickly because I just don't have any additional information. But it's okay, maybe they try to kill his dad and to try to kill his son, which forces the current emperor to be the emperor. But okay, why?
Right.
What for?
Right.
You don't need to kill Jinshi to ensure the current emperor is the emperor. And I wish I remembered exactly how it happened last episode. But we see the emperor walking towards Anshi and Jinshi. He's holding that little gold rock. And he's being all weird. He's swaying from side to side. And then somebody comes and says to take him away. Was that the emperor's mom?
Right, right. There was that. Yeah. There was that weird situation. And he looked pretty distraught about the scenario as well, right?
Yeah, he looked off
Yeah,
because
he
of some
seemed
reason.
he seemed nervous.
But the Empress Dowager at that point, his mom, if that was his mom, she looked like fully there, capable, commanding. Right? It was an
Yeah.
older lady, or does my memory fail me?
I can wish I could remember. I can't remember exactly. I think she was an
Yeah.
older lady, potentially, yeah. But, like, maybe he faked his death to get away from her. He seemed freaking scared of her, right?
True, yeah. And they literally just said in this episode that he was what's the word? Like the puppet of the Empress or something. I forget
Right.
exactly the term that they used. Yeah. Yeah, the
Right.
Empress Dowager. So yeah, maybe he faked his death. But
Right.
like, okay, maybe he was kind of a cowardly dude. But you're the emperor, bro. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can send your mom away, can't you?
Yeah, maybe, but I don't
Like,
know.
I'm sure she has power and there's people loyal to her, sure. But unless she's like completely subverted your rule, I almost think like, bro, I'm the emperor. I can my word is law in the palace.
Yeah, but I
throughout
think
the country.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, when it comes to like your personal mental state of being afraid of someone, I think that doesn't factor in as much. I think it's a more of like
more of an emotional, less logical.
Yeah, it's an
kind
emotional,
of situation.
psychological type of fear, right? Of like it doesn't matter, but you're afraid that you irrationally believe that she could still get back at you in some way, right?
Yeah. So okay, so let's go with that.
Okay.
He fakes his death.
Right. Which is the
he's
only
trying
way
to
he
get
felt
rid
like
of his mom.
He could get away from her, right?
But like, what happens when he comes? Like, he's kind of gambling on the fact that she'll die of like grief,
Unless
I guess
he killed her.
someone kills her.
Yeah. Right?
But can't you? Yeah, I guess. I'm just like wondering, like, you could also get her killed and assassinated or poisoned without faking your death.
Right, but if he believes that she believes that he is actually dead, then he believes that there'll be no, like, repercussions to those actions, though. If she truly believes it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. I'm thinking of this too rationally. Like, if you're irrationally afraid of someone, like, you can do things that don't make sense. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So, and then he must have, through that process, actually died.
Possibly, yeah.
Right?
Like the jury's still out if he was actually dead at the end there. He could have actually been dead. Maybe he was like, frickin' I'm free, and then he relaxes and now it's like, okay, I'm frickin' dead. Right? But
yeah,
it could be something else. I don't know. He could still be alive, right?
And who was the concubine that was in there with him? Do we know? Did they just say? Was it Anshi that was there in his last moments?
I'm not sure.
I feel like they said it, but I was trying to pay attention and keep everything in, and clearly I didn't, because
yeah, there's a lot of they dropped like a ton of information here right at the end.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to like go back and watch some of that to make sure I got it all and understood it all.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Well, here's the serialization you wanted. I'm sure this is going to lead into the next episode.
Absolutely it will. Yep, for sure. Okay. Well, this is good. This is an interesting mystery. There's a lot more than meets the eye, especially because they were giving those breadcrumbs last time with Jinshi's flashback. There's something fricky going on with him and her.
Yeah, and they showed it. I find it, maybe it's just a little extra detail, but like, they focused last time on that golden nugget that he had, and it was there in the room this time as well. So I'm like, there's gotta be.
I didn't even freaking notice that.
Yeah, it was there.
Oh, frick. Okay, interesting.
So I'm like, was it a lucky rock or was it like something more than that? Right.
Right.
So, okay.
Weird.
Well. Good stuff. This is a good episode. I'm legitimately excited for next time. I hope whatever she just asked here isn't information they keep from us for forever. I hope
Yeah,
we
right?
actually like
It better be freaking right away next episode, okay?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
also like trying to think or link this back to the other mystery which they touched on again, which is who is teaching everybody how to make the abortion poison?
Yeah,
Right?
I
Like,
think
is there a tie between these two things, or are they like separate?
I think it's all tied
Hard to
together
say.
because listen, if there's that drug, if there's someone who has advanced pharmaceutical knowledge and that old emperor used that method of that drug that makes it appear as if you're dead, then like someone gave him that information somewhere. Like, sure, how long ago was this? Like, sure, okay, surely not. This is freaking a crazy extrapolation guess here, but like, surely not that emperor was the one who had that knowledge originally, used that drug to fake his death, and is still alive today. Surely not, right? Because we know that there's a mastermind out there, and we know that there's a large possibility, I would say, that he did use that technique, so he knew it from someone, either himself or from someone else.
So the emperor, the current emperor, had Jinshi when he was 19, right? Or 17?
Something like that? Sure.
And then Jinshi's current age is 19, actually. But they're telling everybody that he's
like 24. 24?
Yeah.
Whatever it was, yeah.
Okay. So that puts the current emperor at 38 years old. No, 19 plus 17, 36 years old.
Okay.
He doesn't
so then
look
that
36,
would mean,
but okay. But
so yeah, because in the flashback, he was an old man with young Jinshi, and then we go like 15 years at least, or around, into the future. Theoretically, he could still be alive.
He could have been in his 60s. He could be 75.
Right.
He could still be alive.
He could even have been in his 50s, but like just in bad shape.
Yeah.
Right? 50s, 60s. Now he could be 70s, 80s. It seems like for this time period, a pretty extreme age to be honest.
True.
But it's possible that he's freaking somewhere here being a mastermind.
Like, what's the end game of something like this, though? That's what I'm like. Because if he's still alive, isn't he currently just like the rightful ruler? And like, he can just show up and say,
but I don't think he wanted
to. I'm alive.
No, but I don't think he wanted to rule anymore. I think he was, based on like the situation that happened to him and his freaking fear of that lady. I think he was just like, you know what, frick this, I'm out. I know and have knowledge. Like, who set up? Oh man, now I wish there's like all these details. I wish I was paying attention to. Who set up all the clinical stuff? Like, is he the mastermind behind setting all these clinical things up and stuff?
Well, the current Empress Dowager set up the one clinic. So, at least according to the purple-haired girl.
Yeah.
And I guess she was behind the outlawing of eunuchs. I always thought that was something the Emperor wanted to do. But I guess...
Yeah.
And maybe the Emperor did have some like native desire to do so, and his mom was like the push he needed to fully do it.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, like... But she didn't set it up. I was going to say, well, does that mean she's the one that has the medical knowledge and information? But that may not be the case. Like, if she was the one who caused the changes to be enacted, that doesn't mean that she was the one that originally set up those things, right? If the Emperor was the one who set up all that stuff, but then she had like these kind of progressive changes that she made to them, that could still mean that the Emperor had that medical information and knowledge, or at least he gained it around that time, and then realized when this stuff was set up is like, hey, I can use this stuff to frickin' free me from this reign.
Yeah, and I guess like in the room, I almost want to go back and watch the scene of the room again, because there was like stuff on the floor. I was
thinking that too. Maybe we should. Maybe we should go back and watch this last part.
Let's do it. Sure.
Let's do it.
先へは入れません。この先は掃除のものも入室を許可されておりません。
Yeah, the cleaners aren't allowed.
Yeah, they want it to be exactly as it was.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like all that stuff on the floor there. Like,
it's paint. I'm pretty sure it's paint. And then she says something about the smell here. I thought for a second it was smell? Like, don't you get the
Dead
feeling
body?
like it's gasoline?
Oh.
Right? She says like, oh, this
yeah,
is a
like
weird smell.
shimmer of like oil,
right?
or gasoline on.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
the
oh,
other
it's
thing
like
I thought of
gasoline.
too was like maybe somebody is messing with plants and stuff because like they just showed this one episode, right? She touched the flower and it immediately stained her hand.
Yeah,
pink.
yeah.
So
yeah, there's something weird going on, and it looks like painting. Like, what's going on here? It's like there's like
they're like a cup with pens and like a bowl. Yeah, there's ink on the table.
It's
You're
ink
right.
everywhere. Look, there's ink on the boxes. There is ink on the walls, the drapery. Is it just dirty because it's old, or is it ink?
Or is it ink? Yeah.
Right? Like, this looks like it was painted, right? This has got to be on purpose. Like, someone was in here painting or something, right? These look like they were painted like drapery murals, whatever the frick they're called. And then we have this, and then you're right.
Yeah, there's the
didn't even
golden.
see that.
Yeah, there's the golden nugget.
So what is he doing here? Because there's colors. So I was thinking, then I saw this and I thought, oh, well, it's not gasoline.
Yeah,
it's like paint.
And it's a brush. Yeah, so it's got to be paint, right?
Like, gotta be paint. It couldn't be gasoline or something, right? But like, then it's like, okay, well, what about the smell? Well, maybe that's like, but if it was medical apothecary type smells, she would know right away. But maybe she's like, oh, this smell, and like she knows, but she doesn't reveal it to the audience, right?
Yeah.
So during the reign of her grandfather, court lady who became a low-ranking concubine lived
our
here.
emperor's grandfather, so it wasn't even his dad. It was the previous emperor's father, right? So, okay.
This was the room of the woman who was referred to as the Empress.
Okay. Interesting.
Where he was raised and where he passed away. So this room has a lot of history and a lot of significance.
And they want to demolish it. Like, why? Under whose orders? Right?
Why do they
And this whole area is kept clean.
You know what this makes me think of? Is like they have all these important people like raised in this room. I was thinking like, what if there was like a fake room behind the wall where like someone could go and speak to them through the freaking wall and like give them advice or control them or whatever it is, right? Since this is like such an important room, it just popped in my brain. It's
the Illuminati Apothecary Diaries version.
It's the freaking deep state of freaking this palace, man. They're controlling it through the walls.
Okay. Okay. And there's a bonsai tree right there. Like, it must be watered, right?
I guess. That's a great point, George. Yeah.
Like, even the cleaners aren't allowed in there.
Yeah. The late emperor and his mother, the so-called empress, right? That was the lady that was telling him to go to his room, you think?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah. Spent a lot of time in that room.
Weakened spirit.
Through his last breath.
Shortly after the Empress died, as if chasing after her.
Yeah, so he was in there with his mom, dude. Like, if they were gonna scheme something away from prying ears, like, this is the time to do it, no?
Right. The Empress died shortly after chasing her? Shouldn't it be him?
Yeah.
Is this just a typo in the subtitle?
I think so.
Let me listen to the Japanese. I don't fucking know. I couldn't pick
Okay.
it out. If they may be using
Sure.
like pronouns that I'm not freaking used to.
失礼ですが、
Hmm.
お若かったわけではありませんよね。
He wasn't
Wasn't
young when he
young.
passed away. So this was super interesting. This line that she says here is super interesting.
返事を待っ
He was old enough to be described as dying a natural death.
So
But
he wasn't super old.
super old enough for
Yes.
sure. It was just
Yeah. He was right on the
old
border.
enough.
It's kind of arbitrary, but I'll say that's like around 60.
Sure.
Like, that's like, you know, if someone at 40s dies, you're like, oh, bro, he was young, right? But if someone
Right.
at 80s dies, it's like, well, he's getting up there. But 60 is like that right borderline.
And that kind of lines
Yeah.
up with like the 50, 60-ish range that we were kind of thinking of, right?
うん
た
Yeah.
とてもいいお年でした。
ではなぜ皇太后様は呪いだと？
呪いなどないと私も申し上げました。しかし安子様は
私が呪ったの。いなくなればいいと。ずっとずっと。
Oh. So those things are still there. Those murals that you were talking about, or those drapes,
Uh-huh.
they're there. They look exactly the same. Looks like
Yeah.
they took away the tablecloth on that table. And whatever that little tree is or whatever they took away
She
too.
wished for
Okay.
him to go away.
Didn't like him.
So what if
Did not like him.
he brought himself away to fulfill her wish?
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Because
Freer of that.
he had a child with her, right?
Yeah. The current emperor.
So yeah,
Sure.
so man, I feel like there's fucking something here because they said like I feel like he's being misrepresented slightly. Like he did choose the youngest, and they freaking called him pedo for picking the youngest. But I feel like when we were watching that scene, there was like for some reason it felt to me like there was a reason that he was kind of almost pushed into doing that. Like there was some freaking political or some kind of power reason why he did that to save himself or save his skin or something. Like I'm not saying it's justified per se, but what I'm saying is like it seemed like there was so much more than meets the eye. Like they said it was so
Like, was it
freaking
just
weird.
pure like perverted lust? It was something else.
Right.
Or maybe a combination. Maybe that was part of it, but more
Right,
than
maybe it
just
was
that.
part of it, right. And then like if he then let's say like he really did love her, whether you know he is a freaking freaky guy or not, if he did love her but she hated him and wished he would go away, it makes sense that he would eventually fulfill that for her and put himself out of her life, right? But he doesn't want to freaking die, so he's like, well, let's do it this way.
Yeah. Let me fake my death. Sure.
Right?
何か呪いがかかったという根拠はあるのですか？
玉抜けされた先帝のお体は1年間霊廟にて安置されます。翌年、主上と安子様は先帝を埋葬するためご遺体
So they did end up burying it or not?
ご遺体は亡くなられた時とほぼ同じ姿で残っていた。
They don't show his face, dude.
They
So
do a
hidden in
little.
shadow.
つまり腐ってなかったということですか？
ええ、同時期に亡くなられた女帝はとても口には出せないお姿になっていた。
Right.
それで安子様はご自身が先帝に呪い
Yeah.
をかけたと。
はい。
なるほどね。霊廟は夏でも涼しいが、遺体は氷漬けにでもしない限り。
Yeah, this is a crazy thing. He was not dead.
Yeah, so 100% he was not dead. Like, look, she's a skeleton, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it
Yeah.
comes across as well.
It's
as
really bright for me because of the
Yeah.
lights, but yeah, I can kind of see she's a skeleton for
like she's
sure.
full on a skeleton, right? And this dude is unchanged. And like he gets infected with insects, dries out. Yeah, even if it's placed with ice. Yeah, there's no preservation that would have been possible to retain that perfect
Yeah.
of condition.
そうならなかったというのは確かに異常だ。人は皆土に帰る。天上人も農民も同じだ。生まれた立場が違っても、それだけは平等なのだ。
もうじきあの胸は取り壊されます。
Mm.
それまでに調べてもらいたいのです。
わかりました。ただし、
Yeah, why tear
One
it down?
request.
Do they think it's cursed and that's why, or like
Yeah,
what,
or
right?
I would love to know who ordered the teardown. If it was him, if it was
Yeah.
the Emperor, he's freaking hella sus because he's like, I'm gonna pull this off and then we're gonna tear this freaking building down, right?
Yeah.
Or was it her because she has bad memories here and then she doesn't want it anymore, right? Like, what the fuck is going
And like,
on?
why aren't cleaners allowed in there?
It's a
but
crime scene, I think, or maybe
They
it's sacred.
clean everything else. Like, yeah, it's just such
I don't
a
know.
odd juxtaposition of we're gonna keep the grounds of this seemingly abandoned place immaculate, but
Yeah.
the one room, like it's gonna be as is. And I'm still sus about that bonsai tree, man. Like I don't know how long it's been. I don't know how long they can go without getting watered, but it's a tree, right? So I'm assuming
Listen,
it needs
man.
water.
We take my theory of him being still alive and your theory of the bonsai tree. This dude is living around here watering that freaking bonsai tree.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
We cracked it. We're fucking geniuses. And then it turns out none of this that we talked about is correct
seriously.
whatsoever.
That's what I'm waiting for. Next episode, we find out. And yeah. Okay, so now that we've hit some sort of serialization, seemingly, how long do you think until this gets solved? Do you think this is now the big mystery of the season?
Oh,
or
boy. Ask me one more episode. We'll
Okay,
know, because usually
Yeah,
this stuff
true.
doesn't last more than 2. So this could be like
Yeah.
a quick solver, right? We could get this next episode, or it could be like something that's like, if it lasts one more episode, then I would say this is like a big thing that's going to go on.
Yeah. Okay.
But I can't
All right.
see this, based on how things are going so far, I can't see this going further than next episode. Maomao's just
Sure.
too OP, man. She's too strong. They made her too freaking powerful, bro. She's going to crack every
Well,
mystery so fast.
She still hasn't cracked who is behind the abortion stuff. And I feel
True.
like these two are intertwined somehow.
True, yeah.
So
maybe this will be a
Yeah.
stepping stone to that, and then that's when we'll
Yeah,
really get
and-
into it.
And we don't know who's trying to assassinate Jinshi exactly and why. Like, we know
Sure.
that one girl's involved, but, like, she's not acting alone. If I had to bet,
Right.
she wouldn't be acting alone. So,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. You got a little bit of an extra reaction there towards the end or whatever
Yeah.
you call that. Like Graham said, we have the preliminary voting going on right now. By the time this episode goes live, you'll have just like the day it goes live and maybe the day after.
Yeah,
or
like a
maybe
day
it
or
ends at
a day or
night.
two.
Yeah. It's right at the tail end. So make sure you get the suggestions in. Real voting, happens next week. And if you want to vote on that, check out the Patreon and the channel membership. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
See you, everybody.
Take care.